well.
Yeah, you've been cool.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. Very,
Nice.
very, very, very cool.
Nice one. It's seeing this gentleman in the studio.
The gentleman. He will go and hide. He will go and hide from us. But today he's here. Today he's here.
Hurricane Sadiq.
This is
Hurricane Sadiq.
the craziest human being I've ever met.
Too much. Too much.
I hide when I'm.
No, he's a hard guy.
Oh no.
Baba Sadiq,
I'm a soft guy.
let me officially introduce him. He's Baba Sadiq Abdulai Abu, Okaikoi Central Parliamentary candidate for the NDC. Yeah, and he's the founder of 3 Music Networks as well. Baba Sadiq, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Kwame.
How have you been? It's been a while, oh.
It's been a while.
I just see you on social media. You know, for some time you were silent on social media.
I was busy.
You were
I'm
busy.
penning,
But when you got time small,
now this time, because there are 2 things I'm doing. I was just telling Uncle Ken that as a politician in Greater Accra region, the month where that's usually very peaceful, affords me the opportunity to rest and relax, including having those banters that cause trouble. It's during this month, you know, the month that 1 month ban on noise making and drumming.
Yeah,
you know, there are less social activities happening, and so it affords me the opportunity to do some small one-on-one, door-to-door, house-to-house, and then now because we're going through registration as well, you're also taking part in the registrations. But comparatively, if you compare it to other months, I'm resting. After June, again, I go vanish. After June, I'll go vanish, and I'll be very active on the ground. With the
how has the campaign been? You interacting with your people in your constituency? How has it been like so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. The feedback has been encouraging. We've taken the campaigns to the different parts of the constituency, different parts of it, one-on-one, door-to-door, a bit of house-to-house, street campaigns. Churches.
Oh yeah.
Mosque. And I mean there are various different activities that we are undertaking, and so far the message seems to be connecting to the people. I think that by now the constituency seems to have served notice that they are looking for a refreshingly different leadership than they've had in the last few years, and that feedback, and it's encouraging. And so yes, we are on it. I'm sure from June we're going to go a notch. We're going to take it a notch further. I mean, take it onto a different platform altogether, and go hard between June to December.
Wow.
So there's a lot of activities, a lot of things planned. In ensuring that for the first time in almost 30 years, we win the seat, most importantly, and we win the presidential as well. And you know, so it's a lot of work, and particularly when you're coming against someone that has won it 3 times in a row. You should know that, I mean, he also has his strength, but trust us and trust the Baba Sadiq effect to work one more time in the Okaikoi Central constituency.
Baba,
yeah.
Speaking to the people in your constituency,
right.
What is that one pressing need of the people?
So there are different segments of my constituents. There's a youthful segment. There's the women segment.
Okay.
And they are varied. There's a Muslim Northern Zongo block segment. There's a trader segment, because of the edges of the constituency has a very big trader community. You know, from the Namicha traffic light right up to what do you call it? That Chumoto overhead.
Okay.
They are all traders, and so everybody and the needs they have. And when you speak to them, when you engage them, it keeps coming up. For the big youthful population in the constituency, the biggest issues are, of course, employment, personal development, and then earning a decent income. There's been the big issues for them. And below them as well, particularly those in the basic primary school area, it's just ensuring that there are significant things that are done to prepare them before they get to that particular stage. When you talk to the trader community as well, it's the same issues that have been impacting traders across the country. The statutory payments they have to pay at the ports, and how it's become very difficult for them even when they import things into the country, and the fact that due to the socioeconomic impact as well, people are not buying the things that they bring into the country like they used to. And so for them, it's always a case of, what are you going to do for us? What is your government going to do for us? And then you speak to them and tell them some of the key promises that we've made relative to when the leader of our party, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, met the traders group, the key promises that he's made to them, particularly regarding some of the nuisance taxes, for instance, we've promised to take out from the existing statutory payment that they've got to make at the port. So I mean, these are but different things. For the young people, the things that we keep, like I said, one of the things I've spoken to them about, made promises to them about, is that the creation of the youth and the job center, for instance, within the constituency. I think that is long overdue. Of course, we all know, ideally, the role of the MPs to make laws, the role of the MPs to enhance the democratic process of the country. But the laws you make and the decisions you contribute to in Parliament is supposed to have an end benefit for the constituents. And so, whilst that sometimes can take some time, or whilst you go through that, there's a certain expectation on you to be able to create that for them. And one of the things I've always believed is that if by now we had a youth and a job center within the constituency to do, among other things, coordinate job placements and provide a bit of support even for those looking to learn a vocation or two, and a number of other things, I believe that it would go a long way to reducing the unemployment levels within the constituency.
How does your party's 24-hour economy impact the creative industry?
Well, it impacts it in a lot of ways. I mean, currently, you would have known, I think this week, one of the things that was being spoken about on social media is the fact that the Bloom Bar has left the country.
Yeah.
Right? If you speak to the owners and the operators of the Bloom Bar, and a number of these guys that run some of these outlets, they'll tell you the cost of operations is but very expensive. And a key part of the cost of their operations is a utility cost that they've had to bear, because the space is not favorable for them. They are not even able to run a morning shift that, for instance, they would want. They are not able to run maybe an afternoon shift that they would have wanted to, because the cost is high to start with, and so they like to stick themselves to just a nighttime block, where they provide that service, so they're open for the nighttime block. Part of the things that we're looking to do is that for a lot of these people who intend to run a 24-hour round-the-clock, services, we could offer them a mitigated cost, so to say, on their utility prices. For instance, we've always made a case about the fact that we're going to give them special meters or metering system that would help to calculate these things. So, if, for instance, in the morning they want to run a breakfast service at Bloom Bar, they could. In the afternoon, if they also want to run their restaurant services, for instance, they could. In the evening, they could run what they are used to. But currently, because due to the cost of running the operations, they are not even able to open up in the first place to even run that round-the-clock, cycle that they would have wanted to. And because they are limited to just that one block and the cost is high, and again, because there's a massive socioeconomic impact that makes it difficult for people to actually even pay or meet their ticket fees, it becomes difficult to run it. And so you would have seen that a number of them have been running out of the space. So these are but some of the things that we want to be able to do to continue to empower the sector.
Has your party?
I don't know if you get me very well on that.
No. Yeah. Has your party finished working on the manifesto? I'm interested in the creative industry
and the art industries.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a work in progress. A couple of meetings have been had. We call it the art industries, it's the culture, art, and tourism industry. I know a few ideas have been discussed. Just that I can't share them if you push me to. I can't share them for now. I can't preempt what would finally make it to the manifesto. But I know some of the brilliant initiatives that was captured in the 2020 manifesto will still make its way to the 2024 manifesto. But what I can assure you or promise you is that just like the NDC, which is noted for actively and cautiously elevating the space, expect something that is superior, something that is realistic, and something that is doable within the 4 year, the first 4 years that we're going to get. It's something that I know will provide a significant shift in the industry, for industry.
So 4 years ago, the NDC proposed a ministry responsible for the creative arts and digital economy, separate from tourism.
Yeah.
Do you still hold that opinion that we need to separate the creative industry, the creative ministry from the tourism sector?
Well, among the group that are working on that part of our manifesto, there are varied views regarding it.
Okay.
I mean, there are those that are for it. There are those that think that they are aligned. You know, they are aligned industries, and they work to enable each other.
Okay.
And so essentially, it should be put together. But eventually, when we are done with the proposals and it's sent to in the manifesto, the main manifesto team had to evaluate it. I'm sure we should settle on what direction we should take it.
Okay.
You know, but I think at the time and by now, seeing the new shift of what has been added to the communications ministry, for instance, you would have realized that we're on the right path regarding it. And we also held the view that the creative industry itself, it offers a lot of opportunities to unlock value for the country and to create employment opportunities for young people within the country, and needed that intentional policy direction to be able to unlock it. And so I'm sure there are a few of us that still hold that view, but let's wait to see if eventually, from the different proposals that has been put together, whether that decision or that idea will still make it for the 2024.
Because there's a school of thought.
Don't also forget that presidential candidate has made some keen promises.
That was where I was coming to.
Yes,
The number of ministers.
Exactly. The number of ministers he wants to have, the number of ministries he wants to create, and all of that. All of this will be factored in. And so I'm sure that to a large extent will inform what eventually comes out.
So in your 2020 manifesto, one of your big push promises was to refurbish the National Theatre. Now, in February this year, Kojako Boateng, and media personality, he wrote this on social media. It says, the National Theatre building must be pulled down and rebuilt. The new structure must be a multi-story building with theatres of different capacities, car parks, arts galleries and art shops, and residential accommodation. It will be a better use of the 3.5-acre land. If the state cannot fund this, let's get into JV and transform this space. Would you still consider refurbishing this, or you would rather go with Kojo Akoto's idea?
Kwame is trying to preempt some of the things that we'll do. But I mean,
no, I'm just asking questions.
Well, personally, for me, I think that is long overdue for Ghana to have its own creative and innovation park. Replace with different venues.
Yeah.
That would answer to some of the needs of industry.
Okay.
I think that the National Theatre Assistance has served its purpose. It could be maintained, refurbished, and possibly, if you ask me, possibly handed over to the School of Performing Arts, so that it becomes their point of offering industrial attachment.
All right.
Or residencies for students or academics. Most importantly, it would also be, I think that if we were able to do that, it would also, just like the teaching, hospitals have been used to train medical students. I think it will also be a point where these students can not only try their hands or gain some experience, but it would also be the point where they can be creating some productions that I know will resonate. Currently, I mean, regardless of the fact that we don't have bigger venues that speaks to the needs of industry today, it's still serving some purpose. And I'm sure if it's refurbished, handed over to the School of Performing Arts to probably run it, I'm sure it will go a long way to enhance thought leadership and education in the space. But I think, if you ask me, I agree with Kojo Akoto in that it's time we have a creative and innovation park replete with different multi-purpose halls, accommodation facilities, studios, sound stages, and all, where major productions can be undertaken, from film to music to events.
Isn't an idea you would want to push to your people?
Kwame.
Baba Sadiq.
Well, I mean, it's an opinion for now. We haven't shared it yet. Let's see if we share it. And let's see if it's something that the party would want to take. But like I said, the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is to enable different sectors of the economy, particularly quote-unquote virgin sectors such as the cat industries, which is the culture, art and tourism space, because he sees a lot of opportunities in there. He sees opportunity to create employment in that space. He sees opportunities to creating value and, earning some very good foreign exchange for the country. I mean, as it is currently, we know a lot of our talents are really earning that. And if they are enabled and there's a conscious and intentional effort to bringing them up, he knows the offer, he knows the opportunities that he holds for the country. So this, I'm sure, could fit in, but let's see what happens eventually. All
right. So a few months ago, Dr. Bawumia, who is the MPP's presidential aspirant, flag bearer, let me put that way, he made
the leader of the It Is Possible FC.
he made some 4-point promises to the creative art industry, offering or creating digital platform for musicians, e-visa, build on year of return, and then also provide tax incentives. Do you think these things are feasible? These are the things we need as an industry?
Well, they made a promise to creating a digital platform for industry ahead of the 2016 elections. I know I know they repeated the promise in 2020 as well. That hasn't quite happened. I don't know whether we are to trust or to believe that this time around he'll be able to do that first and foremost. But of course, distribution is a key challenge of industry. Distribution platforms for audiovisual content from industry. Just before I came in, there's a young team I met who had produced their movies, and I was just having a conversation with them regarding the revenue lines for their movie or for film industry today. And they mentioned premiere, and we're discussing other things. But distribution is a key challenge. It's also very expensive and it's also capital intensive to create that platform, because beyond, you don't just create the platform and just leave it. It's got to be maintained, managed. You've got to do the content acquisitions part, the legal part. It's a lot. There's a reason why the likes of what's the one that left market not too long ago?
What?
The competition to Netflix. What was the guys? Not Showmax. This platform that left.
I'm lost.
Okay, I'll find the name.
Okay.
A very major, what do you call it? Digital platform for distribution. They left market, and so it requires some specialist thinking. But for me, I don't know whether we are to trust or believe him on this, because you made a promise in 2016 to do.
But you think it's something that we need as an industry?
Like I said, I've said about the fact that distribution is a key challenge of industry, and today, Lowen, for instance, could be making so much more from his movie beyond the premieres. And also because the major ones from the more matured markets like Netflix and co, they have a certain standard you should meet. They have a certain threshold you should get to, or even traction you should get to for them to be able to even acquire content, even if it's for strictly revenue share models, and a few of the filmmakers here, even though there's a market for the content that they are creating, sometimes do not meet that. But there are others as well that are producing movies that are meeting that, and it's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park, and so creating something that a platform that gives opportunity for filmmakers here who also have a market, who are feeding it through YouTube for now, will be good for industry. But my point is that if you had made the promises twice to me in a row and you've not been able to execute it, and you're still in power and you have the opportunity to be able to execute it, but haven't done that, and you're promising to me to come to power another time to be able to execute it, I don't know whether we have to trust you or believe that you can actually even do this. It's just perhaps it's just campaign talk.
He also mentioned e-visa, building on the year of return, and then providing tax incentives. Are these also
the conversation on tax incentive is long overdue. We've always had that conversation. We've always spoken about the fact that we think that could lessen the burden on players in industry. There are a number of them that are bringing in equipment that will serve industry well, and reduce the cost of productions. So I think that it's a good thing. It's a good initiative. But I doubt if you will be able to gain the mandate of the people to even execute this in the first place.
Joy 99.7 FM. I'm right here in the studio with Baba Sadiq, who is the NDC's member of parliamentary candidate for Okaikoi Central. Yes, also founder of 3 Music Networks, and he's here with us on Showbiz A to Z. If you have any questions, you can just send to 0551111997. Let's hear you. What do you have for Baba Sadiq? Any question for him? Yeah, later on we'll be talking about Telesal Ghana Music Awards. Who wins what in this year's award scheme? Now, before I even go on to the second part of the conversation, let me bring in Uncle Ken. Uncle Ken, so Baba Sadiq has been talking about politics and creative art, if you like. He's been talking about what he's been doing in his constituency, what he thinks should be done for the creative art industry. Honestly, he's been trying to evade most of the questions regarding what they intend to do. He wants the manifesto to come out before. You've been evading. Yeah. But we did.
I don't want to preempt it. but it's something that will be good for you.
Yeah. We'll be waiting for the manifesto, though, to do proper, analysis of the content and all that. Uncle Ken, Baba Sadiq is yours.
He's what? He's mine.
Yes.
I've always been his.
Baba's political side, me, I don't even want to go there. Baba's political side, I don't want to go there.
The other side, the social side.
Yes.
Oh, we will come to the other side. Yeah.
But in your conversation with him, he mentioned you also did not just restrict yourself to the political side. So it means I can decide to comment on the other sides.
Oh, we will go there. We are going there, please.
But he didn't give the chance to go there.
But you have asked him questions.
No, you see, we are doing political side first. We go to the other side and the other side.
Kwame.
Into step by step.
So you want me to restrict myself to his political side?
So that when we go to the other side, you have
so
more time.
why did you introduce the other side to it?
I have not introduced any other.
You did.
He
was talking about digital platforms and
they are all part of Baomia's promises. That's why you want to go. Okay, please go.
That's why I want to go.
I thought you were going to 3 Music.
Oh, no. I know you haven't gotten there yet. So as for that
go
part,
to the other side.
As for that part, I'm cool. Baba has always been my go-to person.
Yes.
New technology.
Sure.
Because he's adept at what happens on those streets.
Sure.
And he knows that he's my go-to person. So what he made a point about meeting some film people just before he came in. And they came for an interview.
Sure.
And they were talking, he and them began talking about distribution angles. That's where my interest is. Baba, to be very, I'm happy you are here. Music distribution on digital networks is simpler than film people on there. Because how long is a track these days? 3 minutes 50 seconds maximum. 2.5 minutes. So it affords people the chance of going on their platforms and streaming those things for 2-3 minutes. But if you're talking about a feature film, that's about an hour and a half.
Long form content.
That's about an hour and a half. And me sitting here, I love my movies, but I cannot watch a whole feature film on my phone.
You watch it on TV.
Exactly. Or elsewhere in an auditorium.
Why can't you?
You mean you can't watch it in your room on your TV? Or you,
My phone.
On your phone.
but now this is the platforms, the OTT platforms are also available on TV.
Yes,
TV, yeah.
I can watch it on TV.
Yeah.
But I am saying that I cannot watch a whole feature film on my phone
Okay.
because it takes too much time and I'll be distracted half the time.
Okay.
You understand? So I look at people who are into feature films and putting them on those platforms, and I ask myself, how are they able to make money by putting that length of content on the digital platforms? With the music, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, yeah, a person can afford an hour listening to different kinds of music. So when you tell me that is a revenue avenue, I sometimes find it difficult to believe. For feature films, not for music.
I mean, the good part about it is that one of the things digital affords you, it will enable other markets for you beyond your primary market.
Okay.
Ghana.
Okay.
You know, so you'd have an audience across the world that could, I mean, just at a touch of a button, be able to just watch your content.
Sure.
And these days, yes, the platforms are also available on TV. So that, I mean, I watch my Netflix movies on my TV on the set.
Right.
Right.
On your smart TV.
Yes, on the smart TV. YouTube is there, Showmax is there, Amazon Video Prime. Yes, I was referring to Amazon Video Prime earlier.
Okay.
When I said they left Africa.
Oh, they left Africa.
Yeah, they left Africa last year. And so, yes, they're available on TV. So if you want to watch it and have the experience of watching it on your TV in the comfort of your home, you could do that as well. You know, and yes, there are different models for it. There's a model where it's more content.
So if I watch it at home on my TV, does the content provider gain any revenue from me?
Yes, it depends on which model they've signed up to. There's a model where they are paid acquisition. They are paid an acquisition money advance.
Okay. An advance
money to produce a movie in the first place, or they do a co-production where they have a split. The platform also makes an investment one way or the other, and then there's a revenue share, which is calculated. There's a mechanics for calculating it at the back, but yes, they make some money from it. It's just like the way all these other platforms like YouTube and stuff works. Like Netflix and Amazon, they are more subscription based. Where people pay money to subscribe.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own revenue lines, their revenue models, and there are different revenue. Business models for digital content distribution. There are different ones for it, and so yes, they do make money. But again, you would also agree that it's a volume trade.
Right.
I mean, the more people you have across the world watching your movie, if you are signed up to the revenue share model, the more money you make.
Okay.
Just at the same way it works like on YouTube.
I was looking at my question from the Ghanaian point of view.
Yes.
Consumer.
The Ghanaian consumers' point of view, knowing how difficult it is for people to get access to data.
No, but
now that you've explained
the
global angle,
and even your Ghanaian audience, your primary audience for you as a filmmaker or an visual content creator from Ghana, is Ghana and the extension it gives you in the diaspora.
Okay,
we are on the same timelines. We are all consuming the same things.
Okay,
and so your extension into the diaspora keep looking back and consuming. So little wonder why what's the guy's name, Akabeneza. When he went on an European tour, you saw the reaction. You saw the people that turned out to watch him, because there's a huge audience that have was consuming his content on YouTube and Facebook. So there's an extension. Because my mates from Ghana National College, for instance, who are abroad, they sit on the same timeline as me on Facebook, on Twitter, everywhere. Whatever happens, whatever tweets or anything, they are seeing the same thing. So when there's a music that has erupted in the country, or there's a film that has erupted in the country, they get the same thing.
Right.
Worse off, they are some of the main shows or platforms that instigates or create buzz on industrial products that starts on Saturday evenings. And Saturday evenings, that's when most of them are coming from work, particularly those in the US. And so if, for instance, the UTV show, Showbiz show starts from 8, it runs to about 1. That's when most of them are coming back from work, and they do not have the social life, the kind of social life that we have here. And they strictly go to work. They come back, Charlie, he's resting for the next shift, or tomorrow he has to go to work. They don't hang out like the way we do here. You know, a lot of younger people, you close from work, Charlie, everybody goes sit at the place, they chat. They don't have it like that. So everybody's caught at home, watching on their phones, on their Facebook, on TV. And so they also, you know, consume the content. So our primary audience as creatives in Ghana is not only those residing in Ghana, but the extension that we have in the diaspora. And they have favorable tariff system there, and they can consume and pay money for it.
Okay. Okay, are you okay with that?
I am. But I have a few more questions, but since we have
Obi.
Yeah.
Obi Nate is PRO for honorable.
You see,
Honorable.
you are calling somebody honorable.
PRO for Table of Men. Obi,
Kwame,
what's up?
good to see you. I'm excited, overly excited.
And you won an election recently.
Yes. Aside that, the Grassack president. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I lose one, win one. That is
One.
Compensation.
1-1. and Manchester United, we've won the FA Cup as
Yes.
well.
Oh, okay.
In fact,
I'm
I'm
super
very
excited.
happy.
Congratulations to you.
I'm very happy.
When did you leave Liverpool?
No, I am still with Liverpool. I'll tell you why I'm happy Manchester United have won the FA Cup.
Okay, you're raising a lot of eyebrows here.
Listen,
It's okay.
I am happy. You know why?
Me and you, we are one.
Oh, Baba, you don't know
Sports
football.
link is over.
You don't know football, but it's entertainment.
Sports link is over.
You see that is the third to Arsenal fans. They say we don't know football.
It's
They didn't win the
entertainment.
cup.
And again, sports link is over.
I am happy because
Uh-huh.
I don't understand why a club the stature of Manchester United will begin to interview other managers
When Ten Hag is still here.
when Ten Hag is still your manager going into a cup final.
I know.
I think it was very disrespectful of the club to the manager, and I'm happy the manager
Thank you,
has
Uncle Ken.
won the FA Cup, even though they are my biggest enemies in football.
Thank you very much, Uncle Ken. Joy 99.7 FM. You can send in your questions
Arsenal fans, they can
055 055 Baba Sadiq is here, Uncle Ken is here, and Obi Nate, PRO for Table of Men, also right here. I'm not inviting Obi to speak yet. Let me continue with Baba Sadiq. Baba,
Yes.
how is Three Music doing?
Well, it's doing well. But before that, I think it's worthy of note to refer to the colors Obinate is wearing. That's a butterfly color.
Afra Franto,
This is a butterfly colors.
Well, the elephant can manage the butterfly.
It's okay.
Oshade is poaching him.
It's okay. Baba,
Yeah.
Three Music, how is it doing?
Well, it's doing well. I mean, it's striving. The channel is still running 24 hours. Today,
Okay.
Three Music has an event at Pent Hall.
Oh,
for the-
okay.
for, yes, Hall Week celebrations.
Wonderful.
So it's doing good.
Let me take you back a bit. Whose brainchild is Three Music Networks?
Oh well, it's mine. I mean, this is well documented. This is no secret. I funded the brand. I funded the initiative. Actually, it's a small idea that we started. I mean, this has been severally been documented even on this platform.
Oh, okay.
You know, it started as a content block on TV3 at the time where we're providing hourly music and entertainment content block, and then I built it bit by bit. At the point, TV3 had to push us away. We had to find a home in multimedia, and then we started the awards. I think it's about 6 to 7 months when we started the content block. It was really tough and what would I say, rough.
Okay.
In the early days because we didn't have money. I mean, we were almost always in debt, and every time there was just some delay payment here and there. And, gradually we built it till it became a full-scale channel.
Wow.
And I mean, a very notable music and entertainment brand, not only in Ghana but also, Africa.
But now you have money.
Do we have money? Well, it's a business now. I mean, it's expanded beyond what it used to be. And obviously our processes, our business processes also has evolved. And so that's what I'd say. But as a business, we are looking for money. I mean, so that's why we're in business.
Okay. Yeah. On May 17.
Oh, Kwame.
A press statement was released, or a public service announcement was released. Please permit me to read. The board and directors of 3 music networks parent company of 3 Music TV and 3 Music Awards would like to inform the general public that both entities, that is 3 Music TV and 3 Music Awards, are owned by the Bahamus Group of Companies. Bahamus Limited, which is BHL, is a leading provider of communication systems and equipment for broadcast facilities across West Africa. Based in Ghana, BHL has built a reputation for excellence in the industry, offering high-quality platforms, products, and services. 3 years into the acquisition of 3 media networks by Bahamus Group, the business serves as a beacon in the creative arts industry that showcases the potential for investments and growth for young media companies. CEO of 3 media networks, Madam Rashidatu Yasmin Abdulai, leads the charge on 3 Music TV, 3 Music Live, and 3 Music Awards with a team of seasoned managers. With over 17 years of experience in telecommunications, she brings a much-needed corporate mindset into the space of media and creative arts. Then mention some of the people who work there. The 3 media networks management team constitutes Mr. Ezekiel Tete, head of productions, Mr. Edward Owusu, commercial director, Ms. Beveling Lenny Lomote, head of editorial, Mr. Emmanuel Sapon, head of content and strategy, Mr. John Foley, head of programming, and Mr. Cyril Alex Gokil, head of brands and marketing. 3 media networks wishes to affirm to the general public its uncompromising stance on professionalism, adherence to corporate governance practices, and continuous drive to elevate the space of media and creative arts. This was posted on 17th May. Did you see it?
This was... Who posted it?
3 media networks.
Have you checked to see if it's still on that platform or not?
I'm talking about when it was posted. Did you see it?
Yeah, but I'm asking that. Have you checked to see if it's still on the platforms or not?
Please answer. Did you see it when it was first posted?
Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, it's been recalled. All of that has been recalled.
But did you see it when it was posted?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I saw it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. And no, but that's why I'm asking him.
No. But did you see it when it was posted? As of the time,
of course, I was notified of it. I took notice of it.
Okay.
Notified or
it's the
you
same
saw
thing.
it?
Oh, Uncle Ken is the same thing.
Baba.
I
The
saw
politic.
it.
Don't be a politician here.
Oh, Uncle Ken.
How did you feel when you saw this statement?
I think there's a lot of things happening in the background, and so I wouldn't want to again preempt or put out exactly what's happening in the background relative to this. But what I can say to you is that a statement has been recalled across all the 3 music pages and all the platforms as well that had to publish it. They've had to recall it, and that's, for me, for now, it's enough.
Were you not privy to that information before it was even posted? Were you aware it was going to be posted?
I saw it on social as you did, but like I said,
but the company is your brainchild. You were a stakeholder.
Yes.
How come you were not aware? You were a shareholder. How come you were not aware of that publication?
So, Kwame, like I said to you that there's a lot that has been done in the background relative to this. I'm sure that it's premature to have to comment on these things. But I mean, to set the record straight, and as you know, I'm the founder of 3 Media Networks Limited, 3 Media Networks, which is now 3 Media Networks Limited, which
Okay.
owns 3 Music TV, 3 Music Awards.
Okay.
And I'm still a shareholder and a director of the business. But I cannot speak to this statement that had come out. What I can say to you is that all of that has been recalled, pending all the conversations that we're having in the background.
So when that post was made,
Yeah.
I saw somebody come to write, Baba, what's going on? Then Baba says, I don't know. I'm also finding it as you are.
Just like I told you.
But I
now.
checked Registrar General and my ownership is intact. Then you share a screenshot of, is it a registration certificate from the site that mentions you and Bahamus?
CSI Kwame. CSI Kwame.
Then I saw you shared this certificate on social media. Why did you do that?
Kwame, like I said to you, there's a lot that has been.
I know there is a lot, but why did you post that particular screenshot of the certificate on social
I can't
media?
give you a reason now.
Well, you didn't have a reason for posting it?
Well, then, like I said, I also found it out on socials, and so I was actually basically responding to somebody. And at that time,
Who were you responding to?
I'm coming. At that time, it was it was important to put out what I thought was factual, right? Which is what I stated, which is that I'm still a director and shareholder of the business. That's a very factual statement.
I wanted you to state that.
I said it. I said it.
Yeah, he mentioned
I'm still a
that.
director and shareholder
Yeah.
of the business, and this is a business that I founded as well. So, like I said, there's a reason that is being recalled, but that actual reason and exactly what is going on are not things that I can share now. You saw when you read it, it said that 3 Media Networks Limited is committed to strong corporate governance. What did you mean? So it's all part of the process. It's all part of what we're going through with it.
Kwame,
And
this
so,
thing
yeah,
you just
we'll get
read,
to that.
is it?
Yeah.
What was the date?
17th May.
This year?
Just last
Hey,
week.
And I didn't see this one.
You didn't
Baba.
see this
Yeah,
one?
that's why I'm saying that it was recalled quickly. All of it was recalled quickly. I'm sure that from my findings.
Because I was wondering, because it came just a few hours after I had written that I wish 3 Music
Yes.
Awards was held this year,
I
so I
saw
could do some
your-
experiment. And then I was like, what's happening? Why
But
this statement?
it's been recalled. But obviously, we all may know since I stepped down from management in 2022, there's a new CEO that's running it, Rashida. She's been very good at running it, and she's led the team. And there's a number of progress that has been made. The brand is evolving nicely and beautifully without my being in management.
Okay.
Essentially.
But this
And
faux pas goes against her.
Come again.
Wouldn't you say? This faux pas. This. What we are just
trying to
discussing.
drag me to a
Don't-
part that.
yeah, you can answer.
A part that. That's his opinion.
That's whose
but-
opinion?
No, he's
his
asking a
opinion.
question.
No, he's asking a,
He's
a
not
question.
sharing it. He's asking a question.
Well,
You mean what?
again, no comment on that. Again, no comment. I think that what's important is the point. that
Baba,
I've made.
I know you to be very opinionated.
Yeah, but it's not.
You are vocal.
Yeah, but it's also important to the timing of what you comment on is also.
You are
quite very
bold. You are
important.
confident.
Yeah, but this is. Kwame, this is business. No, but this is business, Kwame. There are a lot of if the timing says for it, in my estimation, to speak about things that I feel like talking about. I think we'll do that.
Great.
But for this, I'm
Okay.
saying that what's important is that it's been recalled. Whatever necessitated it and all of those are not things that I think that I would want to go into now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
the
okay.
point. And
That's
obviously, it's been clearly established
Sure.
that I'm still a director and show
Sure.
of the business.
Baba, let's move on. Let's move on. Some months ago,
Yeah.
Ghanaian artist Charles Niyama Mensah Chatawale, he was ordered by an Accra High Court to pay
BFF.
$120,000 plus damages to Maverick City Entertainment, organizers of Widerland Festival. I know you are leader of that festival.
I'm a director of that business as well.
Good.
That's a separate business from 3 Media Networks.
Yes, I know. And the court, led by Her Ladyship Afi Agbanu Kudomo, ruled that while they failed to perform at the festival, that's Widerland, in 2021, despite being paid in advance, this resulted in financial losses for the organizers. So in addition to the $120,000, the celebrated dancehall artist is also ordered to pay, or was ordered to pay, interest on the sum at a rate of 5.5% from December 14, 2021 to the date of final payment. And this amounts to an additional $10,892. Has he paid this money?
I'm here to get an update
From
my other partner on Maverick and the lawyers handling the case. You remember that when the story broke out, consistently when I've been reached out to, I said, also because it's a legal issue and the lawyers are on it, I would prefer the communications and updates on this is handled by.
So you don't
the
know
lawyers.
if he's paid or not?
No, I don't have that details now.
Shatawale, you don't know whether he's paid the amount, or as of now, as we speak. How many
That's what I'm saying. That I don't. So there are a lot of things that if I know it, I'll
Okay.
tell you that it's happened. If I,
Are you sure if he has
if
paid?
I know,
or he
oh,
has-
again,
if he
if I
has-
know, if I know, I have an update on it. I'll give it to you. But I don't have any update on it. True, I don't have any update on it.
Are you sure he will
I'm
pay
very
and he
certain.
wouldn't be notified?
That's what I'm saying. That I don't have an update on this. I mean, from the ruling, and a few of the actions that had been undertaken on it, I don't have any updates on it yet.
Okay.
If I have an update, I'll share with you.
Okay. So let's move on again.
I could care.
You have been organizing Salah Fest every year.
I don't have an update on it, honestly. I mean,
It's okay.
but I don't know why I is laughing.
You've been
I don't know why.
Baba,
Right.
Baba, let's talk about Salah Fest.
Because I mean,
Let's talk about
there will
Salah
be a
Fest.
group. Like I said, I mean, there will be the lead.
Uncle Ken is surprised because he's wondering how come you wouldn't be notified if.
No, you
if
don't
he has
understand what
paid.
I'm saying.
Yes.
I am aware of the ruling, and of
Yeah.
course, I am aware of us going to court on that particular case, right? But I'm saying that
But whether he's paid or
After-
not, it's
no.
a yes or no answer. If
no,
he's
no.
paid, you will know. If he
No.
hasn't, you will know.
no, that's what I'm saying to you. That as I sit here today, now, I can't give you a wrong answer. I have to be very certain of
As
it.
of
For
yesterday,
instance, I'm coming. For
as of
instance, if I
yesterday.
say to you now, if I don't know whether he's paid, you're forcing me to say, okay, he's paid, he's not paid, and then tomorrow it turns out that Charlotte, what you they talk about? I'll pay you Friday. You don't know what I will talk.
Yeah, Ntuaso. Salah Fest, how did it go?
It was amazing. It was the experience was good. I've been organizing it. I've been organizing the Salah event aside many other social events in my constituency for more than 10 years.
Okay.
I think that this year's was the 11th year.
Oh,
Started
wow.
in 2013.
11th year.
11, yeah. We put
Yeah.
it together 11 every year. So Salah, the events I do in the constituency are not only the Salah. I organize like football competitions, the Maulid Cup, the Ramadan Cup. We do Homoho. There's a whole more social cultural activities that I do every homo for my constituents. There are health events that we do, community cleaning or sanitation activities. So there's so many I've been doing for the past 10 years within the constituency.
Okay.
The Salah is one, but for 10 years it's been held in Fadama.
Yes.
And this year we decided to move it to Abeka, which is also because it's moved and become a constituency-wide activity. And so we decided that, okay, we're moving it around. And this year we took it to Abeka. It nearly didn't come on in Abeka.
Why?
I mean, on the morning of the event, the police had stepped in and said, I think there was a report from my opponent. You know, he had to reach out to his MC, my political opponent.
There was a report
MP.
from
The MP.
a report from him.
So from what we gathered, I mean, he had reached out to his MC regarding whether we got a permit or not, you know, and there's a lot of there's a precedence to that, you know, and so it got
But
to the
did you
police
have permits then?
this one.
Did you have permit as
It
of
wa-
that time?
No, I don't think we don't. We didn't.
You didn't.
It was not conclusive. We didn't.
So why did you go ahead to hold it?
Well, it came on the back of, look, the situation in my constituency has become very political now, right? And so I think that the team had realized that also because I'm the one organizing it, if it goes, the MC was not going to approve it, just like he didn't approve the Salah.
Okay.
he wouldn't approve it. Something that you would do that will give you political leverage, he won't approve it. Even if he doesn't have any reason at all, he won't approve it. And so, and knowing how they've been handling us for some time, I think it was a decision to go against the system more or less.
Okay.
Like, look, you know what, he won't approve it. Let's go ahead and do it.
That's
Yeah.
how-
Truth be
that's how
told,
you
there was an
felt.
application. No, in fact, there was an application. The process started, and from when they read the signs, that my assemblyman in the area, and because we got a new assemblyman from outside. I mean, he started the process, and from when we read the signs, we knew that what they did to us in Homo, they could do the same thing as well.
Oh, okay.
You know, or they played games and eventually brought in the police and everything. But because this is something that will give you a political leverage, they won't have accepted. You know, so and so we set up in the night. We carved out alternative routes and all, and having moved it to Abeka, we've been advertising it for like days or weeks. In the morning, I get a call. And the story was that from very confirmed sources, the MP had come out in the morning and had seen it. And I think he was taking on our words about it and seeing that, his political opponent is doing something like this. And then there was a report that went to the MC. The MC said, I didn't know about it, or we didn't give them permit. And then the police came in and back and forth. But later in the morning, when I had spoken to the divisional commander, and she also spoke to a regional commander, we were able to resolve it, and we went ahead with the event itself. Because, and for us, but for that, the event wouldn't have come on. Our political opponents, they will make it happen.
Wow.
There's a lot happening in my constituency now. And I think that's one of the things that continues to give the young people in the constituency the energy and the strength that this time around, the change that they've been looking for is going to happen. They see the dynamism, they see the never say die, the fighting spirit. You know, the what do you call it? The Baba in the Sadiq. That's the right one. You know, they feel it, you know, and so and once they wanted it, they were more than willing to stand with us to execute that thing which they've always been looking out for.
How was security like on the night?
I mean, so there were 3 levels of security. There was private security that we had brought in. There were the local young people as well that have created their own security. And then later on in the evening, the police also had to come in to join us. And for them, what was most important for them was that, look, it went beyond, the Salah first goes beyond just entertainment. It was an economic system in a way.
Okay.
Almost everybody that was selling in Abeka on the street on that thing, they recorded high sales. Yeah, they did.
Wow.
Everybody was selling water, they were selling food, they were selling fruits, everybody recorded some high profit. Beyond the spotlight that he brought and the opportunity he gave to young talent in the constituency to get exposure and interact with some major industry players. I mean, he gave them that opportunity. And so for them, from the next day, that was what they were really, really happy about. Spotlight, exposure, and the opportunity for commerce for all the people there. And so everybody keeps asking. And knowing our people, this time around, I've made a pact with the divisional commander. I said, divisional commander, I know our people. We would apply again this time around for the Homo. I know it will not be granted. Let them prove us wrong. We know. Look, I will, because Homo is coming, and we have a 3-day multiple activities we want to undertake again for Homo, because again, it goes beyond just the entertainment. You know, it's a social, cultural, economic system that we've been creating for.
Great.
The constituency. I know how a lot of people say, do you think this is entertainment? Somebody was jabbing me 3 days ago and say, you think entertainment will win in this? I say, go and tell the MP she should stop organizing draft tournaments if that's the case. If that's the case. So Homo is coming, and we're looking to do something bigger than what we've experienced in Salah.
Wonderful.
We would apply. We'll go through the process.
Wonderful.
We know what would happen. We know they won't grant it.
Wonderful. Okay. 05511119997. Baba Sadiq is here. But why did Stoneboy not perform on the night?
To be honest, I don't know.
You've not asked him about it?
Well, in the last few days, I've had to speak to him personally and his manager, Chief. And for Chief, the reason he cited.
So since the show that day, The first time you speaking to him was
last week Tuesday.
Last week
Tuesday, right? Yeah, last week Tuesday.
Why did it take you such a long time to reach out to him?
No, because we have to reach out. I mean, we have been doing the reaching out, and from that day even on the day of the event itself, we did reach out. I mean, send a couple of messages, calls, So after it, we thought that it would. I mean, just the way maybe at the right time, they'll get back on the course, and our efforts to reach out to them. Yes, they may return back their course. It so happened that.
Did you make an attempt to reach out to them, or you actually spoke to them?
We spoke to them. I mean,
right after the program.
Right after the program, no, we didn't speak to them. But like saying that on the day of the event. No. There was no payment. There was no payment in this. No, there was no payment.
Okay,
in this
so you please come back to last Tuesday. I wanted to finish that, then we go to the payment. Last Tuesday.
Well, last Tuesday, in fact, I mean, what happened after the event? So I was with Ricky. Ricky is my guy, and I think that Chief had reached out to Ricky. I mean, regarding a few things that they had seen online, and was speaking to me about it. And then there was opportunity to speak about Salah, and then what they felt about it, and for instance, why after the event there wasn't any statements or communications from us regarding Shatter's outburst, for instance. And I did explain myself to him. There was another thing that we also discussed. There was something that he also brought that we discussed about. But essentially, until then, I didn't know the reason why he didn't show up.
What was that reason? No, he said until then.
Yeah.
So he told you something.
Well, he did.
What did he tell
told
you?
us something. Very, very, very interesting.
No, because people are interested. People were following this. People were so much involved in this whole story. So they would like to know. Don't you think so?
Well,
they would like to know.
I haven't said it anywhere else.
Now, if you've spoken to him and he gave you a reason, I think it's fair that you put it out there.
I think he makes the point that until even on the day, on the night, they would have wanted to come. I mean, they just weren't comfortable with the inclusion of Shatawale. That was
and Chief told you this.
Oh no, he communicated it. I mean, he told me he was uncomfortable. He essentially made me aware that look, we know what exists. It's not like we don't know. We know what exists, and so they didn't really feel comfortable with the Shatter's inclusion, and some of the things. And I had to clarify, and some of the things that they had Shatter was saying, and I had to clarify to him and say, but at the time that you left Nima, we were expecting you. At that time, I mean, Shatter hadn't actually even gone on stage yet. This is bad, perhaps, and I explained to him. I said, this is perhaps some of the part of the reasons why we stayed quiet on the matter, essentially, because I know there are a lot of pressure. Oh, you have to comment, you have to communicate, you have to condemn Wale and everything. I said to them that look, you can't speak about, or you can't speak to the Wale's outburst without speaking about, because there would always be the question of why didn't he come? And then now, and at the time until the Tuesday, we didn't know. So what were you going to say on why he didn't come?
Okay, so I know you added Wale doing, I think, the 2 or 2 days.
Why did it on the Wednesday, a day before, yeah.
And did the Chief tell you if they had known that Wale would be on, they wouldn't have even agreed to be on in the first place?
No, he didn't say that. But I mean, on the Tuesday, he actually made me aware that they didn't feel comfortable about the inclusion.
But they both performed at the Nima show as well.
For Nima, Wale went there, I mean, after they left.
But it was the same show.
There was so this is the step-by-step process of it. We had reached out to Ricky, who works with me in Full Circle. Had reached out to Chief regarding Stoneboy, and so we picked up the conversation on it. The Sunday before the event itself, I got information from Ricky that they had finalized with Chief, because there were certain requirements they wanted us to meet further to the event itself. And so once Ricky communicated to me, we put out an artwork. I put it out initially. So in the morning on Monday, Chief did reach out that they were not comfortable with the artwork going ahead. It seemed like personally between him and Stone, Stone Boy, they hadn't fully finalized that, and so he was not comfortable, and he had wanted it to be pulled out. So I came back again and said, oh well, let's have a conversation on it. If it's still coming, then we should know. Let's be certain about it, and then we'll know what to communicate. If it's not coming, then we can take it off entirely. And then he said that, okay, well, speak to Stone. So I did reach out to Stone. We couldn't talk. We couldn't, communicate to each other. But later on the same Monday evening, Ricky called Chief. I was available, so we spoke. And then he said that on the Tuesday, he was going to have a conversation with Stone Boy, and then reach out. But they had not communicated. We did reach out, I think, on the Wednesday, and then also on the on Tuesday and on Thursday, there was no calls back. But on Thursday, on the day of the event, I personally called Chief and I got him. And he said to me that, he's headed to Stone Boy's place, and to know if they are going to come to us first or go to Nima first. And so on the back of that, he would call if they are coming. So then I communicated to the team later in the event. So I've gotten Chief, and the coast is clear. They will come, but we need to be certain what time they will come. Now, on the back of that, Team Shatawale as well had communicated to us and told us that, look, we know what exists, and so we want to be certain. Sami did come. We want to be certain. Are we coming before Stoneboy, or are we coming after Stoneboy? If we're coming before or after Stoneboy, we need to be very clear about it, so that there wouldn't be any incidences. So Sami had come there earlier and they had been pressurizing, like, look, we need to know what time are we coming in. So we kept on holding them. We held them at bay, essentially, and continued to communicate. Tell them that, you know what, let's relax. I have communicated to Stoneboy, and I know they are supposed to go to Nima. Let's wait till we hear from them regarding what time exactly they are coming. If they are coming before that, then we'll let you know. So that's at 12. Sami had come back again, and then we told them that let's wait. The team is still reaching out to Team Stoneboy. We are aware they are in Nima, and so after Nima, we'll just give them some bit of time. If they are not coming, we'll let you know. So Sami and the team Shatawale were backstage. So it wasn't up until about 1:30 when we said, okay, well, in this instance, we don't think the way it is, we don't think they would come. So let's communicate to Shatta so he leaves home, I think, at 2, and then get to the venue at 2:30. So that he should leave at 2, come to the venue so that he can perform from 2:30 to 4 a.m. Because I was very emphatic at the fact that from 4:30 the prayer will start. The azan will be called by 4. 4:30 the preparation towards prayer will start. So the show must by all means end at 4 o'clock. And so yeah, we did communicate to Team Shatawale. He came. He went to stage. He performed. But again, he didn't just perform.
I'll come
he
there.
Left a lot of.
I'll come there. But let me go to a question that Uncle Ken asked.
Yeah.
Had you finished with the payments, agreement even before?
This one there was no payment.
Wasn't it? Okay.
No, there was no payment. The only thing that we had to take care of was, which they communicated, was that for Team Stoneboy, obviously, if they had to move, the entire team they move with, there has to be a cost center to it. Like, okay, we are going to take care of A, B, C, D, and that came to a certain cost. And so that was what.
So none of them were paid as in payment.
No. All of them did this to give back, or all of them did this to as support to a brother in the industry. That's it.
So are you not going to maybe use Wale's performance to defray some of the cost, the Wonderland cost?
No, it was never on the books, to be honest.
Okay.
And in fact, even for Wale, this is interesting. Interesting how Shatawale actually performed on this year's event. In fact, so we're meant to have reached out to him on Monday before the event. We're very good. We have our own back and forth to communicate to him that, look, you're a guy. This year, last year you showed up for us. We're appreciative of what you did for us last year. There are other things that we're working on, but this year we don't want to be seen to be like taking advantage of the relationship we have with you.
Okay.
And so we have to communicate to you so that you don't feel some way. So like, see this guy. Last year I can't play for, and this year they do the event. Reach out, self. So and because we have that relationship, so on the Wednesday, that was when we had a conversation with guy. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought, come do it for you, my guy. And already there's something else that we're doing relative to his content, his catalog acquisition. It's like, but if you're doing all these things for me and stuff like that, I will show up for you and stuff and come do them for you. So look, don't worry, you're not taking advantage of the relationship. We're good. I'll show up for you.
Great.
And so that's how. Great. And so once we agreed on that on the Wednesday, and that's when we actually did put it out. And then he came, he gave us a very good performance.
And again, other things.
As it is with Shatawale, he will ring with other things. He comes with the spotlight and the buzz.
What do you make of his pronouncements, his disability statements on your stage? What do you make of that?
To be honest, where I was standing with Edem Agbana and I was standing with Edem Agbana and the parliamentary candidate of Okaikoi South. And the Sadamako Kion. Okay. And then the moment he went into that drive, we just looked at each other. I was like, we just put our hands in our head. It's like, Shatawale. It was like, yeah.
Why you didn't like it?
Oh no, I mean it was, of course, it was discomforting because I mean, of course, he had come in big guest, and so we put our hands in. I was like, yeah, this guy could give us matter. But we had a laugh about it, and there's something about Shatawale as well. Look,
you had a laugh about something as serious as
that's the thing about
mocking disability.
Okay, so that wasn't the point about the mocking the disability.
Okay,
I mean the mocking a full length of the video in terms of what he did eventually. You saw snippet of it online later, like he said all these things as well. Okay, so that's the point. But on terms of...
you just admitted that you were uncomfortable
when he started.
He made that statement.
No, when he started. He had started...
But why didn't you condemn the act on your state, that particular act that you were uncomfortable about?
It couldn't have been condemned. If you know Shatawale and you've been his programs...
I mean, after the show, you could have come out to say, no, maybe you were not...
Like I said to you, there were different elements of the show or the event itself.
Okay.
And so one needed to communicate with facts regarding it. I mean, you media people, what you do, everything is that when there's an event, you want people to.
You're also a media person.
I'm one of you, so I know these things very well. You want people. You are trying to force people to communicate with a certain level of speed.
Yeah.
But for me, I mean, I always say, I think that it's important we communicate at the like we did on 3 Music. Communicate at the time that we.
You were not part of that communication.
You were the what?
The 3 Music letter. Which one are you talking about?
What you are asking me?
But you were not part of it. You said as we did.
As like we did. I'm saying that like me and you just discussed.
Okay.
On it to say that I know you'll be forcing to get your headlines. You'll be forcing to get your.
No, it's not even about that. People are interested. They want to know.
Yeah, but regardless of their interest, I also think that it's we reserve that right to also determine the timing of meeting their interest.
After how many weeks?
There are different parts to this, and obviously you just can't rush to this. You sometimes even need advice. Even for me as a media person, sometimes you would have to actually reach out to other people that are experts in the space. So, okay, look, this is this. How do we communicate this? How do you react to this? How do you manage this?
Okay.
And all of that. Sometimes even you can just, when you're even silent about it, it just goes away.
Did you see the statement from the disability people, the Disabled Association?
No, I haven't.
You didn't see the letter they wrote requesting that Wale comes out to apologize? And
they wrote to who?
Oh, they made a statement requesting that Wale came out to retract or apologize to the disabled people. You didn't see that statement?
No, I haven't.
You've never cited that statement?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. So that also happened. And a lot of people actually thought that you come out to condemn his mockery of disability on your stage. Yep. And even some people even thought that you come out to give, let's say, a statement about Stonebwoy not coming, because there were other stories all over saying, Wale, for example, saying that he was told by somebody, his manager was told by somebody that it was because of him that Stonebwoy didn't perform, and all these things were going on.
Yeah, because Kwame, like I said,
but you as an organizer, you didn't even issue any statement.
The orientation you've given to people is to have or expect a certain swift communication to every issue. But I mean, for some of us,
it's been how many weeks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but it was a textbook. What do you call it?
How many
requirements
or
principle to determine?
Andrew Aka was here how many weeks ago? 3 or 2 weeks ago, and told us about the fact that when something happens and you let Infama Faso, it affects the PR, strength of the whole thing. So I think time is very important.
Even with that, I disagree with that.
Okay.
I mean, take it from somebody who has also practiced that.
Why
it depends, and this is why I disagree with that.
Okay.
There can be. It depends. It's not. You cannot paint all issues with the same brush.
Exactly.
Good.
Agreed.
Okay. You can't paint all issues with the same brush.
This particular instance.
So I'm saying that this, like I said to you, there are different parts or elements to this. It's not something that you just jump to. You need to be very certain what you're going to communicate, how you're going to communicate. You need to even anticipate some of the questions that may come out. And so I get it that entertainment enthusiasts were really looking to feeding onto the titillating and the juicy part. But we also held the right to decide
they wanted facts and truth from your side. That's all they wanted.
Where fact and truth would have been what? The questions you just asked that I detailed to you, right?
Exactly.
So we've communicated now.
So as we speak now, what's your relationship with Stonebwoy like?
Well, I mean, as far as it's called to me, was it this week or last week Wednesday? Last week Wednesday is concerned.
Through his manager?
And he called me personally.
He called you personally?
Yeah, he called me on that.
No, this week?
Last week.
Last week?
Wednesday.
Oh, he called you?
Stonebwoy.
Yeah, wow.
He called me. I mean, as far as his call to me was concerned last week, I don't think he's comfortable. Or I don't think he's fine.
About what?
With my opinions about him lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
what have you been saying about him, though?
But I've not been saying much. I think that what instigated the follow-ups, that is after his call, obviously, will be my tweet about my opinion that I think that Kim Promise deserves to win the Artist of the Year.
Oh, he spoke to you about that?
Yeah, he called me.
And he asked you why you were rooting for Kim Promise?
He didn't specifically say that.
Okay. What did
he said? He reached out to say the conversations that's going on online. I mean, am I happy about the conversations that's going on online?
Oh, he asked you that?
Yeah, he asked, and I was like, which one specifically? He says, all these, I mean, Artist of the Year, the back and forth and the banter of the fan artists.
So he cited Artist of the Year?
Yeah, he cited that. And so he said, am I happy with that? That this thing needed to suit to you or something? I said, well, why? What did he say? He said what? He said this thing they do, it define you or something like that. I was like, why not? It's like, then he asked the question and I said, but why not?
So
and then he came. So then I came back to him again. I was like, but you have always known me to be an opinionated person. You know that I'm not one to hold back my opinions when I decide to. Okay. I mean, I could decide not to, but you know that I'm an opinionated person. I don't hold back my opinions when I decide to. Right? And so I don't know why you are actually having to raise this. And so he told me, he was the one that told me, in natural fact, that he had called my wife.
Oh, okay. So he told you he had called your wife?
Yeah, he told me, yes, he told me. Apparently, he had called my wife.
What did he tell your wife?
The night before that. But she didn't mention it. So he told me on the phone that he had called my wife regarding the same issues. He knows how other industry people, for instance, or other talents, for instance, would have gone to town and possibly maybe taken me on, disrespected me. He brought an issue of Wilderland. And I said, then I gave him a response, the same response I gave to Chief regarding that issue, specifically on Wilderland. And what did I even say again? And
did your wife say Stonebwoy disrespected her?
She narrated. So first and foremost, he had told me that he had called my wife to give her the same caution. So when he called, he ended up by cautioning me, by trying to
what was the caution? Tell us, Baba.
What was the caution? I don't want to give that detail. No, he had
But
told me.
you
He had
wrote on
given a
X
question.
that he disrespected your wife.
Yeah, so that
how
I'm
did
coming
he
to
do
that.
that?
I'm actually describing
Okay.
that. So he had told me that he had called my wife on the same issue, and this is what he had told her and everything. I was like, why did you even call my wife in the first place on this? You know. And so later in the night, when I go home, I'd gotten on usually I'd gotten a notification on Twitter, and I checked it, and I saw a fan referring to my wife in the same tweet.
I saw that too.
So, and part of the conversations I had with Chief, for instance, and even Chief consistently has been always been that there are certain things that the fans say that is not just ignorant fanship. This is coming from a place of somebody having told somebody something. It may be coincidental, and I've told Chief that issues.
That would be an assumption, though.
Yeah, that would be an assumption. But what I saw, I was like, this guy had called me the hours back. And obviously I didn't react to it hours back, and I was speaking to him about my wife. This is coincidental that a fan is actually now referring to my wife in the same statement. So then I tweeted back, I said, for why? Now the thing is about wives now. And then I added what out to that. Okay, this is coming on the back of, this man having to call my wife to disrespect her and blah, blah, blah. And then the thing just got into...
But I hear
the more viral.
He's friends with your wife.
They've known each other. In fact, they've known each other.
For all you know, they were speaking in jest or something.
No.
Why did you take it personally?
Kwame, where I come from, there are certain things that you don't cross. Listen.
Yeah.
From my
orientation,
Muslim socialization and upbringing, there are certain things we don't cross the line.
Okay.
And all my friends will tell you.
All right.
Their wives or even their girlfriends will tell you, Charlie, your party, you make be friendly. I don't try to even cozy up to the point of having to call them to warn them or caution them about their husbands. I won't do that. I'm very big about that. And he had grown in a particular community to know that more. The Shaman place he grew up from has a lot of that, regardless of whatever relationship you have. Whatever issue there is, you don't call her and speak to her about it. Most important for me, where I sit, it tells me the sort of respect or the sort of perception you have of my wife.
Okay.
To be able to even want to call her, to pass on a caution to me. And so for me, I felt that was disrespectful.
All right. Joe 99.7 FM, Baba Sadiq here with us in the studio. Also here, Uncle Ken, Obi Nate, and Robert Clark from Chatterhouse. In a moment, we'll be talking about Telesol Ghana Music Awards, and that is where I would, we'll go into the King Promise Tomboy and a post that Sadiq made some time ago. Sadiq, I'd be hard, man. 05511119997. Any question for Sadiq? Who do you think is going to win Artist of the Year at the Telesol Ghana Music Awards?
So you lure me here to talk about politics and personal life, and you managed to get me to talk about Tomboy Shatawa.
John 99.7 FM. We are back after this.
There's going to come a time that the church will rise as the highest of all the mountains, and saviors will be raised in the church to deal with the world system. And let it be now. We need to have a national focus. We don't have to lose this ambition, or else we work against the Great Commission.
They are equipped in righteousness, the agenda to possess the nations. Welcome to an equipping center of the word and prayer on Pentecost Hour.
Pentecost Hour comes to you on Joy 99.7 FM every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Hits FM on Mondays at 5:30 a.m. and Joy Prime TV on Saturdays at 7 a.m.
So for one final time.
Inside the final. Into the final. Final.
Catch the final days of the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the UEFA Champions League, and other major cup finals from May to June. Stay connected to GoTV to witness
Saka!
live in all the finals on GoTV. Even when the last whistle is blown, it's not over yet. Brace yourself for the UEFA Euros 2024, only on SuperSport. GoTV, love it.
From the producers of The Gods Are Not to Blame comes another theatrical marvel.
A deformity. It's a deformity.
In honor of Professor Martin Owusu, dive deep into the heart of Ghanaian theater as Image Bureau, in partnership with April Communications and the National Theater, presents The Legend of Akusika.
That orphan who killed her mother and destroyed her own father.
Live at the National Theater on June 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Tickets selling now at 200 cities only at imagebureaugh.com or dial *714 *11 *21#. The Legend of Akusika, supported by the Ghana Tourism Authority.